This week on Kentucky Afield, Major Shane Carrier isn't just a law enforcement officer with over 20 years of experience. He's also a father who loves fishing with his daughter, and we're tagging along.
Is that a bass?
Was it a bass? It was running like a bass.
Next, we find ourselves drifting down the Cumberland River and catching some nice trout to boot.
Oh,
There you
here
go.
we go.
Got him.
Fish on.
Then, climbing stands can be extremely effective when used correctly. We'll show you how to stay safe. It's all next on Kentucky Afield.
Such a pretty fish.
Beautiful.
This pond is plumb loaded with frogs.
They're everywhere in here. Yeah, this is a good fish right here. Really good fish.
Come here, girl. Yeah, boy. That's a big rabbit. Nice job. Yes! Yes! My first muskie. Mercy Leo!
Yeah, look at it, it's a keeper.
Here it goes! Boom! Wow, that happened fast. Hello, and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. Being a conservation officer involves way more than just enforcing our rules and regs. They're also challenged with increasing outdoor participation. Today we're here at a pond in Jefferson County fishing with Major Shane Carrier. Major Carrier, you come from a fish and wildlife family.
I did. I've been around this agency since I was 2. Dad was hired as a conservation officer. They called them, of course, game wardens back then, but he started his career in 1978. We moved to Winchester, and I've grown up around it. So it's one of those things where kind of felt like that's what I always wanted to do, and following Dad's footsteps. And with his job, of course, I spent a lot of time in the outdoors, and he was an avid hunter and fisherman as well.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what drove him to be an officer.
Now, Brooke's been around it longer than you, as far as she was younger than 2.
I've worked there ever since she was born, and that's all she's known is Dad as the conservation officer.
There you go, got a hookup.
I'll trade you.
Is that a bass?
Was it a bass? It was running like a bass.
What you got there, Brooke?
What you got? Yep, a little
Oh,
bass.
you got your bass. A largemouth. Now, what was that on?
That little bluegill bug.
Not what I thought we'd catch first, but we'll take it. You're on the board. Well, you've been in the department for quite a while.
I will have been there 21 years next month. I've been in law enforcement. January will be 20, so I started when I got out of college. They had just hired a law enforcement academy before I graduated, so I missed that one. So I had to kind of wait until the next one came around, so I went to work for the department in the engineering division.
Oh,
Kind of
really?
get my foot in the door and start with the agency, and I worked there for about 18 months before they hired the next law enforcement academy.
Oh, okay. Got a fish on. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, that's a bluegill.
A
And
big
a
one.
good one.
Yep.
Look at there. Lord have mercy. Hey, we're not going to catch the numbers. We're just going to catch monsters.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice bluegill.
That's a pretty good sized bluegill. Look at that. Bigger than quite a bit bigger than my
That's
hand.
big.
That's a big fish. One a decatappa worm, huh?
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice job.
thanks.
That's a big one.
Awesome.
If we were keeping bluegill, that would be the kind you put in the skillet right there.
Yeah.
Let's get another worm on there and get it back out there. What do you
Yeah.
think? We're going to catch him out.
We're gonna catch more anyway.
How would you describe your dad's job?
I would say that he would protect the wildlife and he makes sure all the populations are the correct numbers.
He's also making sure people are having fun and being safe too, right?
Yeah.
You've already started hunting as well, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
I saw a picture of you holding a turkey.
Yes, I killed 2 gobblers this past spring.
Hey, coronavirus gave you all kinds of time in the woods.
Yeah.
You got a pretty good caller working with you, don't you?
Yep.
She had a good spring.
Your dad call them in for you?
Yes, he did.
Did your dad get 2 gobblers this year?
No, he didn't.
Oh, so you get to rub that in a little bit on him, huh?
Yeah.
I know we talked the other day about the youth and me passing it along to her and making sure that she's seen all aspects of it. And I've never pushed her to do any of it. We have a lot of officers that do the same in their community with the youth hunts and things of that nature. We encourage them to do that, want them to do that, to get out and get the kids involved.
You've made it to the ranks of major. You have been for quite some time now. And so your job is primarily based out of Frankfort.
It is. It's out of Frankfort. It's more administrative side now, and we don't work the field quite as much. I'd always enjoyed being out, and working the field, and talking to sportsmen, and seeing what they're catching or if they've had any luck hunting, and meet a lot of good people.
I know, thinking, what in the world are you trying to catch a catfish on a spinning rod? But the spinning rod has braided line on it, so it's probably as strong as about anything I got here. You got one?
Yep. I got something.
You got something. That's a catalpa worm too. Uh-oh. Hey, what's your personal best catfish?
6 pounds.
You may have it.
You may have it. But
Yeah.
you gotta get it in though.
Oh, I just saw him swell.
He's fine.
Is he fighting you?
Yeah.
He's pulling. I'm getting somewhere. There he is right there. Whoa, what a catfish.
You got you a good one.
Oh.
Lord have mercy, look what you've caught.
Lord.
I tell you what, that was a battle royale now.
Yeah.
Because
He's just barely hooked too.
I think his head is as big as mine. Ooh.
there you go. Hey, it's bigger than 6 pounds.
Yeah.
Nice job. What do you think, Shane?
Well, he's definitely better than 6.
Probably 10, 12 pounds.
Yep, probably so.
It's definitely longer than your leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great fish. I'm super
Sir.
excited that you ended up getting a good fish.
Yeah.
You know, tonight's fishing been a little bit slow, but sometimes that's fishing, right?
Yeah.
You gotta have patience.
You stick it out, caught your biggest catfish of all time.
Yep.
That's great. Let's get this joker back in. What do you think?
All right.
This is a really, really nice catfish. I hope you're planning on sticking around for many, many more years. And you know, I've been around a lot of the officers, and you're a great role model for some of them.
Well,
So I appreciate all your work.
Well, I appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you, and we want them all to be that way and good role models for everyone, not just within the agency, but in the community.
Located 1 mile north of Frankfort off of US 127, T.N. Sullivan Wildlife Management Area is 146 acres and made up mostly of open land pastures. This area offers a carry-down launch to historic Elkhorn Creek for kayaks and canoes. Private land in Elkhorn Creek border the Wildlife Management Area. There are 4 small ponds on the property and bank access to Elkhorn Creek for great smallmouth fishing. Remember that Wildlife Management Area users must abide by the Kentucky hunting, trapping, and fishing regulations. Also keep in mind that regulations on WMAs often differ from statewide regulations, so be sure to review your hunting guide or website for the specific WMA you're hunting. For more information about this WMA or the latest regulations and restrictions that pertain to it, please visit our website at fw.ky.gov or call 1-800-858-1549. Many Kentucky anglers do not realize that Kentucky is home to one of the best trout streams in all of the United States, the Cumberland River. Well, Troy, we're out here early as usual.
Yep.
This trout fishing is on the Cumberland River to get here early and fish till the water opens up on us, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. You got to stay out in front of the water or get behind it, one of the two.
And that's one of the things about fishing this river that you have to know what you're doing, and hiring a guide is kind of a good way to go about it to learn the river.
Well, yeah, it's it's kind of hard river to fish. You wouldn't think it would be, but with the water discharges coming up or down, you could get stuck in high water or get stuck in low water, and you got to just know where you're at and kind of know what the discharges are doing.
So you've been guiding for over 15 years, right? This is a hidden gem, isn't it?
It really is. I lived in Montana for 10 years, and when I came back to Kentucky and, started guiding on the Cumberland, I was amazed. It really is a great river, big fish, big trout, and you never know what you're going to catch. There's other species besides the trout here.
I'm super excited. I don't do a whole lot of fly fishing, but this is a trip that I look forward to every single year because the sheer beauty of it. As the water changes, we may change the techniques that we're using.
Yeah, we're going to start off streamer fishing this morning, see if with this low light, and see if we can't get some big fish to chase around a little bit, and then we'll switch over and we'll nymph for a little while this afternoon when the water starts to drop down.
Okay, all right. Let me know what I need to do to help you out.
Well, let's get loaded up.
All right, sounds good.
Cast it out, make like a little mend just to help get it down. And the mend's just to loosen up the line. Give it a couple of seconds and you're going to start stripping. You're going to strip pretty fast and pretty aggressive.
Okay, so it's a little more aggressive approach because of the low light situations that you like to use.
Well, it's it's just you want to get them chasing, and big fish like to eat.
And so this is imitating
bait fish, little shad, something like that. We've actually had a lot more shad on the river lately. Oh, did it?
Oh,
there you
go.
go.
We go.
Got him.
Fish on. Sure do.
A little brookie, it looks like.
So that's a brook trout, huh?
Yeah.
And they're pretty common down here, right?
Yeah, we've been seeing them a little bit more often. They don't seem to get very big though.
It's hard to believe. 90-degree days, weeks on end, 50 or 60-degree, water.
Yeah.
So here, stripers are obviously possible. I'm guessing some bass species, walleye, 3 different trout species, all available down here.
Stripers, walleye, sauger, the trout species. On occasions, you'll see some smallmouth, but not very often this time of year. We'll roll back up and we'll fish that wood in a different style here.
On this deal here, I want to get this thing out and then do my mends and let it just do a natural drift down through there.
Yeah, you just want a good dead drift down it.
I'll tell you, this is such a cool, unique experience. This feels like an old-time experience where, it's paddle only and easing down a river like this. But this is exactly the way that if you went out west, this is exactly a drift boat like this.
Yeah. So, there you go.
A little bit.
Oh, it's a better fish.
Look at there. That is awesome.
His head.
There you go.
Nice little guy.
Nice fish. So Troy, what do we got there? Probably 17 inches or so?
Put him on the old truth teller.
16, almost 16 and a half.
16
Right
feet,
there.
yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah, nice little guy.
Uh-oh. There you go, buddy.
There you go.
Get back out there. They're slick as they can be, aren't they?
They are, and I'd rather them land in the water than on the boat.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
just let them go.
Man, they're so fast.
Or does he just look like
He's a little better.
He just acts like a little better fish, doesn't he? Another brookie.
Is that what we got here?
Yeah. Decent brookie, too. They don't get too much bigger than that in here. And then when they get it in the net, they don't stop eating.
Just ballistic. So a brookie. Yep, that's our second one of those today, huh?
Oh, get him. There you go. That might be a good fish, the way he's running. He's fighting a lot bigger than he is.
He sure is. There we go.
This is one that's probably got a lot of cutthroat in him.
What a great fight, and what a pretty fish.
Yeah, this orange and how dark he is. And look there, see all that underneath him? That's part of cutthroat.
So in the best times of the year, if you wanted to come down and fish this, you're looking at July, August, September time frame?
It really depends. It can fish year round as long as you get good water.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it's not blown out and running too heavy. And you can come out here in January and February. Used to be able to. It's just been a little high water with the crazy rains that we've had the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. The one that didn't get away, right there. That's a nice fish.
Very well done.
That one there.
Oh, let him go. Oh, yeah, that's a nice
Lord
one.
have mercy. Look at that
That's that
fish
drag
go.
thing.
I love that. Now he's coming at me fast. This is why you come to the Cumberland River.
Yeah, that's
Right
for
here.
sure.
So that particular fish right there, like I said you fished all the way around, all around.
If you caught this anywhere, you'd be happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho.
What a pretty fish.
Yeah. Let's get this guy back in.
Here we go.
Got it? Oh, yeah, nice one. Good one.
Here we go. We've been seeing a couple of good trout right here in this area.
Yeah, that's
This
a good one.
This is a good one here.
He does, but he's good.
Look at that.
Oh, beautiful. He does, but he's going to take. Oh, beautiful.
That is great.
Oh, nice one.
He's bigger than that.
Yeah, he hardly fits in it. That's a good one there. Let's get him back in the water.
Right here is where Farmer and them one time
Yep.
caught a hooked one and a striper come ate it.
Hey, I think you got a fish.
I think you're right.
Oh,
that's
Tim,
a fish. That's a
big
fish.
one. We got a big fish.
Look at that striper trying to eat him. Look at that striper trying to eat him.
Holy cow.
Get out of there.
There's a lot of weird things that have happened by this rock.
Well, Troy, we've come to the end, and I tell you, the Cumberland River did not disappoint again.
It never does.
Every time I float down this river, it blows my mind the number of people that come to Lake Cumberland to recreate in the middle of the summer and don't even realize the fishery that's right here.
I know. It's crazy. They don't even realize that there's a river here.
One of the better trout fisheries in the
really-
United States is right here in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah.
And if anyone wants to learn how to trout fish or wants to just take maybe the most beautiful float in the state, it's right here.
It really is.
And I'm looking forward to doing it again. And I just had an absolute great time.
I'm glad you did. I had a wonderful time as well.
Thank you so much. Our fall archery season is right around the corner for deer here in Kentucky. If you plan on using a climbing stand, make sure you do it safely. The fall is right around the corner. And if you're like us here at Kentucky Afield, we're getting really, really excited to start hanging a deer stand in a tree. A few things you need to consider on the safety aspects of climbing and using a climbing stand or using a lock-on stand. We'll put some thoughts and ideas together to try to keep you safe this fall and this winter in the deer stand. One of the most important things when climbing a tree stand is choosing the right tree. You can see I've got a tree here that is pretty good size diameter. They can't be too big because you can't get your straps around it, and you don't want to climb something too small. And then the most important thing is the bark. If this bark here is a very firmly attached bark, I highly discourage trying to climb a scaly bark hickory or a sycamore tree or something where the bark is in sheets, because you may only be hooked into that tree 1/8 of an inch, and if that bark decides to slide off, you're going with it. And also make sure your tree is in good health. This tree has no dead branches. It is completely alive, full of leaves, and ready to climb. This stand here is close to the ground where I can get right in and out. And then the top part is tethered. This is really important. If you ever start the process of going up and down the tree and you don't have your top and your bottom of your stand connected, if the bottom falls off your feet for whatever reason, it's going all the way to the ground. We've got our safety harness on. You want to make sure if you're putting a jacket or whatever on the outside, you want to make sure that this is easy to get to. I quite often wear a shirt or a jacket over my vest, and I do that for a couple reasons. First off, sometimes I got more clothes on than what I can get on under this vest, and secondly, I don't want this here interfering with my bowstring during the draw. Third thing you see I've got is my pull rope. This is what I'm going to have my bow and arrow tied on the end of. I have made the mistake in the past of hooking this up down here at the bottom. The issue becomes here is you really got to reach over to try to get this, which leans you way out over the stand. You will have a tether on at that time, but it still makes it a little easier if you attach this up here, nice and easy to grab by your hand, and you can pull your bow up. One of the other things that I do recommend is a lot of these bow ropes will come with these clips. They're pretty handy, but I'll tell you, sometimes they can fail. I have had a bow come off and literally fall to the ground. So I like to put an old-fashioned quick little knot on here to keep me from losing my bow. I do not trust these clips. I've got it tied to the cam, make sure my bowstring is free and clear, ready to go. Make sure you check and test all of the straps and cables that your stand may come with. You're going to be setting in the seat. Make sure you test the seat. Make sure you test these cables and straps to these and make sure they're in good working condition. This particular stand here has a cable that is wrapped and has got these knuckles on there. You want to make sure and test this cable for any rusting. If you see rust on the cable, you can buy replacements. A lot of them even have an expiration date. Now, we're going to climb in this stand, we're going to start up the tree. Once you get in and get your feet set, you want to make sure you apply pressure to the end of the stand and lock it in, and then I'm doing the same with the seat. Now it's time to get the tether. There are a whole bunch of these different styles of tethers. Make sure you read the owner's manual and how to appropriately use your tether. So on this one here, we'll strap it around the tree, we'll attach in here, and this is a safety release. This is used to pop it loose if you need to free yourself. Now, I don't want to get this too incredibly tight because as I make my way up the tree, this has to go up with me. This particular style of carabiner here has a method where you can screw it up and cover the connection point. What that does is that means that you can't bump it and accidentally release this carabiner. And you latch this in and then thread that back up over top of your connection point. That keeps it from sliding open. You do not want your carabiner to open up. So now I'm locked in, latched in good. I can slide this up the tree using this release to free myself, go up, and then pull it tight. From there, it's all about getting my feet into the bottom straps. And this one has these hooks and this bungee cord. The hooks for the front of my feet, the bungee cord for the back. It depends on what type of stand you have. This is a sit and climb. I will literally go up, put my feet down, slide up, pull back, and make sure that I'm locked in. So now I'm at about the height that I want to hunt at. So the first thing you want to do is to get the distance that you want the top from the bottom, lock in the top, remove your feet, and lock this in real good. Before you stand up or move, you want to move this tether up to about the height of your head and cinch it down really tight. The reason you want this up this height is because now I'm all locked in. If I happen to fall out of this stand, I want this tether to catch me so that I can easily climb back into the stand to regain my hunt. If I put this tether way down here and I fall out, I could be in a situation where I'm hanging too far below the stand to get back in. But now that I'm up here, I'm locked in, I've got my carabiner a little bit away from the buckle. I'm ready to bring my bow up and continue with my hunt. Everything's ready to go. I feel safe. I'm tethered to the tree. Everything is good to go. Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away. Ophelia Anthony got started early fishing. This is her very first fish ever, and she's 2 years old from Breckenridge County. I'm sure it won't be her last. Congratulations. 10-year-old Shane Soward's got this really impressive turkey that weighed over 26 pounds from Greenup County. Nice job. Here we have Madison Johnson, who's 7 years old, showing us her new personal best smallmouth caught on Lake Cumberland. Congratulations. Here we have a nice 11-point buck taken by Rob Adams. This deer was taken in Owen County, Kentucky. Todd Isaacs knows how to beat the summertime heat, and that is fishing at night. Here he is with a nice smallmouth bass caught at Lake Cumberland. For many Kentucky anglers, the fall is their favorite time of year to fish. Make sure if you're hitting the water, you're wearing your life jacket and doing it safely. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.